Alright, well, hello YouTube, I'm Lexi. I don't know, this video is a bit like off the cuff. I just wanted to like talk about some things regarding PvZ that I don't really think my friends really want to listen to. If you don't know me or this channel, which you probably don't, because I don't really make videos that often. I'm Lexi. You can call me a balloon animal artist for all I care, really. But I do have some thoughts on like the state of the PvZ franchise. I really just wanted to talk about some things. I have a few talking points to make sure I don't get off track. For me, it's kind of hard to do this thing where I play and talk, play and commentate at the same time. I'll get to what PvZ what could have been in like towards the end of the video, but right now I should probably like set the stage, talk about where I think the franchise as a whole is heading. I feel like most people seem to think that, at least most people that I've talked to seem to think that the franchise is kind of doomed and is probably gonna die in like very soon. Where you have those like positively toxic people who sort of think PvZ3 is like, you know, PopCap will listen to PvZ3 and will improve and everything will be hunky-dory. I don't really think anyone actually thinks like that, but it's definitely like a viewpoint that I've had to deal with. I don't really think the franchise is gonna go anywhere, like games-wise. Obviously the community would dwindle on all, but that's like later. It's a later topic. I think PvZ3 is gonna be here for quite a while. PvZ isn't going to die like as a franchise if PvZ2 is still making money for EA, you know? Like they have no reason to really shut it down if it's considering the fact that as far as I know it's still making like tons of money, even if it probably made more money like a few years ago or something. My point is EA seems to have this sort of like mindset with PvZ3. No matter how many times they reboot it, that it's eventually going to make money because PvZ2 makes money. At what point that mindset is like been broken, I don't really know, but like they seem pretty confident with it. I can only imagine that like as long as PvZ2 is making money, they're gonna keep making PvZ games. Like they're gonna go down the Angry Birds route of just making more and more spin-offs that may make money, probably won't. I don't really know why I drew the Angry Birds comparison when I don't really know much about Angry Birds, but yeah. People like make the discussion about whether PvZ3 will like turn out good or not, like since PopCap like is sort of listening. And to me, it just doesn't really matter because the game can turn out decent, but at the end of the day, I don't really care what, because I just sort of know it's not going to ever stand. Like, it's not ever gonna stand up to like the other games in the series. EA sort of just sees PvZ as okay, I keep on saying EA. I mean both EA and PopCap. They both see this franchise as just this profitable mobile franchise. They have just, because realistically nowadays PopCap is really just a mobile game company. The team that made the shooter games is completely gone, and you only have PopCap Seattle who have only really worked on like PvZ2 and PvZ Heroes and like, you know, the mobile games. We're just gonna have to kind of accept that this is a mobile franchise now. We're not gonna have any console games anytime soon. And I don't really think that's like said enough, really. Now onto the community. If you asked me like half a year ago, about half a year ago, I probably would have been a lot more pessimistic about this, about like my attitude towards the community. I still sort of am, but like, I feel like now I can kind of acknowledge that I was interacting with a lot of the like toxic side. I can't really name examples and stuff off the top of my head of times when like, I had to deal with like toxic people, because I don't really want to do that. I mean, I could probably say, I remember trying to get into PvZ1 modding, and that I can tell you those circles are like really weird and exclusionary, like. But that being said, like, something I've noticed over the past few months, I think the YouTube content sphere around PvZ is like actually really cool, I guess, because like you can tell like people are still watching PvZ, like that is when there's like interesting content, which is kind of hard. It is kind of hard to do interesting content on PvZ when like we don't really have much to work with in terms of new stuff. I don't know, people have figured it out, and that in combination with like, you know, mods and fan games, I think the PvZ community is definitely gonna like gonna like stick around for a long time, no matter what's really going on with official content. Trust me, I do think the community is probably like, it's already slowing down a lot, but like, I definitely think it's gonna be around for like a long time. There's still new YouTubers that are like popping up, which is really cool to see. That being said, I don't want to like put too much importance on like mods and fan games. I think a lot of people seem to be saying that like PvZ has been like handed to the fans and like it's their job to like continue the franchise with mods and fan games, which I don't want to put that much like importance into them, because like the only real instance we've seen of like a mod like going mainstream, essentially, like, well, not mainstream, but like, you know what I mean, exploding in the PvZ community, is Reflourished, which is like really impressive and it was really cool to see. But we don't really know how many times that's going to be replicated. In terms of mods and fan games, they really have their own spheres. You don't really have mods like Reflourished that explode into the wider PvZ sphere. Because like, how many Discord members do they have in the Reflourished Discord? Because like, I know it's like a crazy amount. The point I'm trying to make is we're like kind of focused on what could have been. For those who don't know, Plants vs Zombies What Could Have Been was like this fan game. Basically, the gist of it is like an actual successor to PvZ2 instead of, you know, what we have. And the thing about PvZ3 What Could Have Been, or I was going to call it What Could Have Been, is that it like exploded in popularity, mostly due to just Vander's presentation of the project. I was one of the people who was brought on onto the dev team for it, actually start making it, because the game, there was no game, it was just a bunch of concepts that Vander had posted on like Reddit and stuff. It was a bit overwhelming, like the amount of excitement there was, because like, I mean, props to Vander for like building up so much hype. The thing about it is that we didn't have like a game, development hadn't even started, like Vander had just recruited a bunch of people. There was like this overconfidence about like how good this game was going to be, just based off of Vander's art, which I feel like was very overwhelming, at least for me. I don't know what the other devs really thought about it. Obviously they were hyped up, but I felt like very cautious going into the project because of how much hype had built up around a game that doesn't exist. But, you know, I was optimistic, and I was excited. Like, don't get me wrong, I was excited to work on it, but I think you get my point. I think people overreacted a bit to, like, a project that hadn't even started development. And, well, that overreaction kind of led to the game's demise before I even started development. We were like 2 weeks in, I didn't write a single line of code. The PvZ community manager apparently sent Vander a Reddit DM requesting the game just like stop development because it obviously infringed on PvZ3, because PvZ3 was just in the name of the game. I don't think Vander ever heard the end of that. Obviously everyone on the dev team was really upset. We hadn't even started and we were already like being requested to get taken down, which by the way is really funny, but besides that, the dev team was kind of convinced that the way the community manager told us was like really unprofessional, and that seeped into like the announcements about the game's cancellation, which was unbelievably large. Like, I think the cancellation of the game made a lot more fanfare than the actual announcement for the game. Like, I remember seeing multiple like YouTubers that I like watch and stuff like commenting on the cancellation, which is really surreal when we had done nothing. In my opinion, we had done basically nothing to like get much respect from the community. The thing about the dev team is that I feel like they were like very, very mad. And like, don't get me wrong, like you can be mad, but like I don't really know like how much grounds they have over the like claim that their request was quote-unquote unprofessional. Like, what does that even mean? Realistically, like they had every right to take down the fan game, and it's better to take it down like early rather than 1 or 2 years into development. And really, it was just a mistake on Vander's part. in putting PvZ3 into the title of the game. I think someone I spoke to put it really well, which is the fact that the game just looks too professional. It looks too official, which is kind of a funny accomplishment that it looked too official, so it got taken down. And what I also feel bad about is that there was like this huge scare for a lot of people about their own like mods and fan games being taken down after what could have been was taken down, when realistically, like, what could have been just kind of flew too close to the sun, too much popularity way too quickly, and looked too official, and that's why it was taken down. And I felt really bad when, like, I saw a bunch of people cancelling their PvZ projects because what could have been was cancelled. My main point is, like, the reaction on both sides, like, by the community and by, like, the dev team, I feel like both of them were very overblown. Don't get me wrong, I was pretty mad, but I also understood, like, I felt like I actually understood why this had happened more than the rest of the dev team, and I didn't really have the confidence to, like, tell them. But it still definitely killed my motivation for, like, the entire franchise, and I haven't really interacted with, like, the games or the community for, like, months. I tried to get back into Reflourish, I just have not been able to play it. This is the first time I played Garden Warfare 2 in, like, ages. I didn't play for the Guardian Fiesta, but, like, I don't know, I feel like I've sort of missed this franchise a bit over the past few months. Weirdly enough, like, I feel like the thing that prompted me to talk about this is, PvZ Jeopardy videos by 660NJ. If I'm saying that correctly. I guess I felt a bit inspired to get back into the games again. I don't know. I now kind of feel a bit bad for missing out on Garden Fiesta, so I'm glad that Garden Fiesta 2 is now happening, so that, you know, I can get back in on the party. I don't know, I guess it's just really inspiring to see how, like, there's still new YouTubers, new, like, PvZ YouTubers, so who knows, I feel like I might, like, make a video on Garden Fiesta 2 or something like that. I don't really know what I'm doing with this channel, but right now I feel like if I'm gonna start making more videos, they'd probably be PvZ focused, but because I don't really know what else I would really make videos on. Another PvZ YouTuber that I've been watching a lot is Sylvia YSI. Just like, I guess like thanks to both of them, 660NJ and Sylvia YSI, who have kind of like, I guess, inspired me. I don't know. I think I've talked enough. I feel like this sort of went off topic a bit. It's really cool to see that community is like still sticking around for this franchise. Yeah, I'm completely out now. Goodbye, I guess.